So in our previous chapter we studied about what is data, what are its different type of classifications. Now let's get started with connecting our first data set with Power BI. And I have already explained this is sample superstore data set that is available on Tableau. So you can write Tableau sample superstore Excel file. You will get a link, or I will provide you that link directly. Now open Power BI desktop. In your Power BI desktop, you will see options of connecting different types of data. You will not receive this kind of warnings. I am just doing some experiment. So this is how your Power BI opens. If you have a account, you can sign in here, right? So let me show you. So you can sign in here and it will ask you for your email. So this is something that we will do later. This is our ribbon where we have different options. Like in the first option we have get data, which is obviously option to connect with any type of data, and they have given the most commonly used data type, that is Excel workbook. Then we have data hub. This is something or SQL server. These are different connections. Or you can enter data manually here. Let's say you have copied something. Okay. Let's say I have copied this much, so I can enter it here. Okay. So this is like copying from clipboard. So you can do that as well. But this is our first ribbon, right? Then here, from here we can create a new visual, a text box, and we can get more visuals from file or app source, which we will see later. Let's say let's use a text box. So this is a text box which we can use to write what we are doing. Okay, so let's say we are doing sales analysis. Okay, so we are doing sales analysis. Okay, and so like sales analysis and forecasting, let's say this is our topic, right? And what we can do, we can select this. After selecting, we can increase its size, make it bold. Okay, like we can increase the font size. I can change the font type, right? Font family. Like from here I can select something. Make sure you have selected this, and you will get a color palette also to change your font color to anything. Like for example, we can select this color. Okay, and we can reduce its height, weight, etc. Now we can move it in entire width. Whenever we have selected something on Power BI, it can be anything, a visual, a text box, or any element. So here on right hand side you will see an option of format. Okay, here we have filters, and here we have our data pane. Okay, currently we have not connected with any data set, so this is empty. We, and since we have not any, since we do not have any data set, the filters are also empty. So we can collapse them and expand them anytime. Okay, then we can go to effects and enable a shadow. Okay, and a visual border. This is something that I am going to do a lot. Okay, I will simply select any color for our border, and let's say select 13 pixel, 12 pixel, whatever as a heading size, or that you know uh, that rounded corner size, right? So we have that. So this will prepare our heading. Now if you want, you can insert some images here also. Okay, like suppose I want to increase its size to 24. Now you can see it is not properly centrally aligned. Okay, so what we can do, we can go to properties. In properties, first thing that you will see is size. Second thing what you will see is position. like horizontal 6 pixel, vertical 3, and you will see padding. So from top we can give it some kind of padding, right? You can see. Now it is centrally aligned. Do you get my point? So from top we have given 11 pixel. From bottom we can reduce something, right? If we want, we can insert some image also. For example, if I click insert, then in insert I will see more options. I can insert a text box, I can insert a button, I can insert a shape, and I can insert a image. So I can insert this image. So let's say we want to select this image. Okay, I have some images here which I can insert, and then I can put it here, right? And then what I can do, I can simply align it like this. Now I will simply click copy here, so format painter, and apply it here. Okay, this format painter does what? So whatever we applied as a styling in format, we will copy that and paste it here. Okay, so it has simply copied that styling, that rounded corner, that border, that image, that everything, right? So this is important. Object.
Object, object, and also click format painter, and then what you have to change that
Let me show you one more time. Okay, let's say we have another image. So we go to insert image. Let's say this image is there, which I use for one of the grocery store projects. Okay, now we first of all we will go to the home tab. There you will find the format painter. I want to apply this formatting. So first of all I will click here. Once this is clicked, okay, so once this is clicked, I will use format painter. So first I will click here. At that time it was not coming straight. So first we have to click that element from where we have to copy. So I have clicked here, and now I will copy. Then second I will click on that element where I have to apply. Okay, and then I can resize it. Okay, this will save us a lot of time. Otherwise we would spend the same amount of time in styling the same thing, right? So this is important. Is it okay?
yeah, that's
So let's say we are doing grocery store sales analysis. So this image represents something about let's say graphs, and this image represents something about grocery. We are just doing simple analysis and simple type of things. So this is how we can prepare our dashboard. And then important thing, you can go to file and save as. You can browse your device and save it anywhere. So this is sample superstore. This is Power BI. Our batch is starting in April, May, right? So May batch, May 2025 batch, because I have a lot of batches, so I'm just giving it May 2025 batch and English, because I have other language courses also. So Power BI May 2025 batch English, and we will save it. So this way you can save your work. When you will save your work, the file will be saved in extension PBIX, okay, which is a Power BI file, and we can also save it as a PBIT, okay, which is a Power BI template. A template will, what is a template? A template is just like where you have some empty placeholders, right? And in those placeholders you would put something, and you can display like a resume template. In resume template you will have your image somewhere, so you will put your image there. You will have your key highlights, you will put your key highlight. Design will already be there, layout will already be there, right? You will do that. So we will discuss about templates later. This time we are dealing with PBIX file. Okay, so now sales and forecast. Let's increase its font size. So now it's okay. Okay, day one. Now after doing that, we will click on Excel workbook. When we will click on Excel workbook, only Excel workbook will appear.
Okay.
We will click. Before clicking, you can see in this Excel workbook, three files are there, right? Orders, returns, and people. So I told you how these three files are related. So orders is related with returns. How? By order ID column, right?
Yeah.
So the when two tables have one thing in common between them, so we can create a relationship between them. Okay. In Power BI, we call it modeling. Like we are creating a data model. In data model, we can put n number of tables together based on the relation. Later, we will do a project, okay, where we will actually connect 11 tables together. Okay, let me show you that data here. Categories, employees, customers, order detail. What is happening here in this file? You are seeing everything in a same place, but in actual it comes from a data like this. Okay, so we will go behind the scenes for a data set like this and see how it can be done. So just we will whenever we'll be there, we'll see. So now let's connect that. When it is connecting, it's a big file, to be honest, like 10,000 rows are there. So it will take some time. I have many other processes going on as well. My CPU 91%. So you will see those three files here, okay, or those three sheets here. You will select all of them, okay. Now an interesting thing will happen when we selected returns. You can see instead of showing it as returned and order ID, it is showing as column 1, column 2. So there is a header mismatch problem, right? Although here we don't have such thing here also, but we do have here also. Here in orders table, let's wait. Here it is perfect, right? So if everything was perfect, we would have simply clicked load data. Okay. Since it is not, we will click transform data because we have to do some kind of data cleaning also. When you will click on transform data, it will take you to Power Query Editor. Okay, you can note it down somewhere that when you will do that, it will take you to Power Query Editor. Okay, so, so it takes us to Power Query Editor. You can see this is Power Query Editor interface. So we will do an entire series about Power Query Editor. Okay, like we will understand meaning of all these tabs, transform tab, add column, view, tools. But here in those tables where we have a problem, we can go there and then we can click this dot. From here we can copy entire table, which we don't want to do right now. Keep top rows means what? Keep top 5 rows, keep top 10 rows, something like that. Keep bottom rows, keep errors, keep duplicates, right? What I'm going to do, use first row as header. That's it. You can see now the problem is fixed, right? In people also, use first row as header. Problem fixed. So here Power Query will show you what steps have you applied on this table. So for example, in orders, it has changed types. Promoted header, what is change type means? Like here you can see order ID is ABC, a string value. Order date 123. Okay, so it is not considering order date as a date. Okay, so we will say it is date, and we can either replace current or we can add a new step. So I'll say replace current. Okay, so sometimes when you read data from Excel file, now it is showing some kind of error. Okay, so like error will be uh, or error can be the details, like it is provided as a number, right? So that means it is being read incorrectly from our data source. We will fix that, but this is just your explanation of what we can do with this, right? And same is going with ship date also, right? Like shipping mode, customer name, etc. Everything that we are seeing here, other things are good, like product name is good, ABC, subcategory is good, category is good, product ID ABC, right? Let's see our numbers, like sales is being shown as ABC, which means it is considering it as a string value. So we will do change type to a decimal number. So from here, it will start applying the steps and change it to decimal number. Quantity is what? Change type to whole number, right? So this way, now you will be able to understand how Power Query Editor can help us in fixing these type of small mistakes, right? Discount is what? It will be our decimal number, because here we have some decimals, and same with profit. So let's wait for discount to be fixed, and then let's do profit. So change price to a decimal number. Remember, if I did whole number, then we would lose all the decimal points, right? So we have to be very sure. Like in quantity, it's a discrete thing. So that's why we will go with a decimal number. We'll go with a whole number, right? So this, and row ID, etc., etc., everything is there. So now, obviously, it is order date is wrong. We will just deal with that. So it is showing change date type. Let's try date time. Let's try that. What's the harm in trying that? Otherwise, what we will do, we will fix it in the Excel file itself, and then we will read it here. So it is still showing error. So we will just see how we can do that. But let's say we have changed everything here. Okay, that will require extra step. And when you have done all your changes, you can close and apply. When you will close and apply, it is important to close and apply. Okay, otherwise, uh, if you will not apply close and apply, it will it will show you errors. Okay, so let's do close and apply, and it is applying everything here. And now you can see we have orders, we have people, okay, we have returns. Now one important thing will be there, that in our model view, you can see this is the model view of Power BI. This is the table view of Power BI. In table view, you will find everything that you have here. Okay. So for example, in orders, we still have to deal with this, which we will deal in another part. But we know that sales and profit are both in US dollars, right? So like you can see here, it is giving you option as text. So we will see how to change them later. Okay, here we have options like this. Somehow it is still seeing them as a text value. You can see here, right? So so, when I think there is a problem there, so we can go back to transform data and see in orders what is happening there, right? You can see it is still seeing sales as a text value. Let me change that. So now, after changing everything there, right? So, like, we so what we had to do is, after changing them, we had to apply them also. For example, now they are being read as decimal, right? Quantity, what we can do, change type to whole number, okay, and discount to decimal number. So obviously it's not that much of an exercise, to be honest, when we get the correct data sets, but it is kind of good, right? Who knows what we are going to get, right? When we are doing it for a company, who knows what we are going to get. So now it's a good practice when we will apply something. Like, I have done this data type, like, I will say probably 10 or 12 times I have created dashboards, but I have never seen that Power BI is reading the data types wrong in this data set particularly, right? But maybe that type of file that I have right now, maybe because of that. So whatever is the problem, so we can solve it, right, with the help of Power Query. And there are other ways of changing that also. But when Power BI has given us this kind of tool, what is the problem, right? And now we can simply close and apply. So we already applied everything. Now when you will go back to table view, you will see quantity, whole number, discount coming as general value, profit coming as general, and sale. But one interesting thing is there, with sales, now we can see a dollar sign here, right? So we can click this dollar sign and it will show, okay? We can click profit and we can click the dollar sign, because profit is also in dollar, right? What is discount? Is it in dollar? It should be, but actually, isn't it given as a fraction? I think it is given as a fraction or something. Now I am giving you two cases, right? If it is like cents, like $0.2 or something, okay, then what you can do, you can apply it as a dollar. If it is given as a fraction, just giving you a case, so we also have option of percentage here, because most of the time discount is given as a percentage also, right? Like 10%, 15%. Do you think this is more likely case here, like 10%, 15%? Because we are seeing some kind of bands here, right? 80% discount, 70% discount. So if it is given as a percentage, okay, you can select a percentage sign from here, or you can select, if it is given as a dollar or a cent, you can do that, right? It's your choice. So this is something we will discuss later. One more thing, like, it's not that we just have only dollar as a currency, we have everything, right? So based on any particular value, so when someone will provide you, whether you are working for a company and that company provides you a data set, so they will give you the complete description of the data also, right? So that is why it is very important. So now we have loaded the data set. I will today, let's cover some KPIs, okay? Then we will fix order date, etc. in the next part. So here, if we go with card, this is our card visual, okay? In our card visual, what we have here, first of all, we can create a card visual here and we can copy the same thing. So we can copy and apply here. Now, in our card visual, let's say what is total sales value. So when you will drag a field here, it will show you it is dollar 2.3 million. Why dollar? Because this dollar would not come, right? if we, because we made a change here, right? That's why we are seeing that dollar sign. Si- Similarly, we can give, we can copy it, and here we can bring profit. So it is showing you sum of profit. You can also see average profit per order, minimum profit, right? Maximum profit. So it can be anything. Minimum profit is minus, that's why it is showing that. So we will keep sum of profit, and from here we can say it is, we will rename for this visual as total profit, right? And then we can go to format. Now you can see when we selected a image or we selected a text box, then in formatting we were seeing you know, different options. When we have selected a visual, then we say three things here: add data to your visual, format your visual, and add further analysis to your visual. So we will select this and go to format your visual. Okay, in format your visual I will go to the call out value. Okay, so this value, if it looks very big to you, you can reduce its size to 40, 35, whatever you prefer. Okay, if this color looks weird to you, you can go and select any color from your color palette. Let's say we go with this color. Okay, we can make it bold. We can, this display units is given as K, right? Like thousands. We can show it in million also. We can show it in billion also. Whatever you prefer. So let's show, since we are showing sales in million, why not show profit in million also, right? So this is what you can do. Then we can reduce its height. This is call out value, the main value. This is category label, this total profit. We can increase the size of category label. We can choose another font color for it. Okay. Now we can go here, general. So now even in format your visual, you will see a visual setting and general setting. In general setting, we have a property, position, and padding. I showed you, right? So remember we gave 11 pixel padding from top. Let's reduce that and let's increase bottom, right? So that we can put it in center somewhere. Now it looks good to me. I will simply format it, apply it here, and you can see these guidelines, right? So this is center. This tells us they are equal and aligned parallel, right? So these guidelines are also very important. So this is our simple KPI. Then we can copy them once you have created them. So let's create 4 of them. Okay, and here we will bring how much discount have we given. Okay, in case of discount, let's not do millions because we have never given discount. It will never go past that value. So we will just say auto. In case of some of, then let's say we want to do how much quantity have we sold. So we will just replace it with quantity, and here also we will change the call out value from million to auto. So this way you can see a simple KPI, and then you can save your work by pressing here. So it will save everything. So this concludes our day 2 session 2, and in the next session we will see usage of all other charts, when to create bar chart, when to create pie chart, when to create a tree map, when to create a field map or a shape map or a map, right? What is difference between three of them? You must not be, you will not be seeing some of these visuals that you are seeing here. So how have I enabled them in? So we will see everything in the upcoming chapter. How to apply some filters. For example, what if we apply region as a filter, right? Like as a filter. So I will go to slicer header and I will increase the header size and it's here kid. So even in these filters that we have added as a slicer, we can apply the same formatting, you know, so so that it looks of the same fabric. So and in slicers we can do some slicer setting like showing as a tile, okay, and we can go to their values. I will explain it once again, don't worry if it is going too fast. So I will just choose this value and their font color as a light color, okay. So this way we can show some slices. Let's say east. So this will show all the sales and performance for east, for south, for west, etc. So this is what we, so we'll continue from here in our next class. So see you in the next class.